Life is hard. Life is difficult. That's the truth. And knowing that life is difficult is what makes it easy. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mindset Matters, the podcast where we choose to live with purpose and grow with intention. My name is Vic. I'm a psychology graduate, a teacher, and a certified life coach. I'm here to share my take on how mindset is so powerful in shaping the life you want to live. I help growth-oriented individuals prioritize their passions and build mindful routines so that they can live with purpose and balance. If you've been feeling stuck in your life and you're ready to get back on track, I invite you to click the link below to download my simple 3-step guide to getting unstuck and discovering your passions for free at mindsetmatterswithvic.com. So today we're talking about the fact that life is difficult and that knowing that life is difficult actually takes the difficultness, the difficulty away. Now you might be thinking, what? How are you going to tell me life is hard and then just because I know it's hard makes it easy? Okay, so stick with me here. This is a quote I'm going to share. This is partly from the book, The Road Less Traveled, and also from Eckhart Tolle, who was talking about this quote. And then I'm going to share my thoughts. So it says, life is difficult. Once we truly know that life is difficult, once we truly understand and accept it, then life is no longer difficult. Okay, and how can this be? Eckhart Tolle says, because the greatest difficulty in life is the mental resistance to things that arise that you think should not arise. Okay, and this can be any mental resistance. Okay, you're trying to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. Everybody's flaky, so you're frustrated and you're annoyed. And you are having mental resistance against all these people who are not doing what you think they should do, which is just buy the thing that they messaged you about. Okay, you're sitting in traffic and someone wants to pull into your lane. And the reason that is annoying is because you have mental resistance. You think they shouldn't be cutting me off right now. And that's why you're mad. That's why you're frustrated. Okay, you don't get the job you wanted. The reason that that's so difficult is because of your mental resistance to not getting the thing that you think you should get. Okay, so these are all some examples to help put this in your head. But essentially, the idea that life should always be easy and should always just give you what you want is what makes the challenges of life bad or be perceived as these bad, hard, annoying, frustrating, etc., things, right? But here's the thing, and I'm sure we all know this by now, life will challenge you. Life will not always be easy. And you are faced with challenges, whether you recognize it or not, every single day. And it's in those little things. It's in the Facebook Marketplace. It's in the driving frustrations. It's in the job applications and interviews. It's stubbing your toe. Like, it can be anything. Every single thing can be boiled down to, are you experiencing mental resistance to what is? And when we recognize that life is hard because of our mental resistance, we can change that. And that is what takes away the difficulty. That is what brings this sense of ease. Okay? Because again, life's going to challenge you. We all know this. Something that I'm dealing with right now, I went to a boxing class for the first time in a long time, and I worked my knee a little too hard. If you don't know, I had knee surgery about honestly almost a year ago now, and it's just slow recovery, getting back to everything. And my knee's been sore, and that's been a little frustrating because it's like the tendon at the back of my knee. So if it gets aggravated, it's like really debilitating and hard to even walk. So the solution is just rest, and I really need to take it easy. And that's sometimes hard because I like to be busy and doing things. So I've had to remove this mental resistance to being like, oh, I can't go to the gym, or oh, I can't box, or oh, if I had only taken it easy in that class, I wouldn't be in this situation. Okay. But the thing is, this is the situation I'm in. So whether I'm resisting it mentally and I'm frustrated, or I just accept it and let it be what it is and focus on what I can do, such as sitting and talking to you, okay, then it completely changes your perception of the situation. On one hand, I could be really upset and mad and annoyed, or I could say, okay, well, what can I do? Let's be solution oriented. So again, it's the same situation, but the way you look at it and the mental resistance you either have or don't have changes everything. Okay, so that's actually my first point, is this whole resistance versus flow. Anytime you are faced with any sort of challenge, the moment you label it, I see this a lot, the moment you label it as annoying, as frustrating, as, ugh, this sucks, don't even let those words come out of your mouth. I see this all the time, and this is something that I don't like to be around in other people, and it's funny because when I see this in other people, it frustrates me, and then I have to check myself because I'm like, wait, I shouldn't have resistance to their resistance. You see how it's like the people around us can affect us so much? Anyways, I don't know if I lost you there, but stick with me. So this whole idea of resistance, anytime you label something as bad, as annoying, as something that sucks, you're automatically in resistance. So even if the people on Facebook Marketplace are being flaky, don't label it. Just let it flow on to the next person. It's okay, right? And again, your mental resistance, you labeling it as a sucky situation, is what makes it a sucky situation. Otherwise, it's just a situation. Okay? So this whole resistance versus flow. Being in flow means I accept what comes. My favorite quote for this and allowing life to flow is, I don't mind what happens. When you don't mind what happens, you are always in a state of preparedness for the unknown and allowing life to flow. Okay? Did I expect to tweak my knee at a boxing class? Absolutely not. Okay? I thought that I was ready to do it. The whole class was fine. I woke up the next day and it was not good. But again, if I don't label it as a sucky situation, as a frustration, it doesn't have to be that for me. And this is an ongoing practice. You have to really monitor your thoughts. Monitor, when am I being negative about anything? Because that is resistance. Anytime you're negative about any situation, that's resistance. And is it to say that you shouldn't have negative feelings ever? Of course you're going to experience negative emotions. It's about feeling it, releasing it, and actively choosing to move forward. Because if something really, really bad happens, okay, that's going to cause you pain, you have to feel your pain. You can't shove it down. That's not going to help. But it's about feeling it, recognizing it. Maybe you need to dig into a little bit of why you feel that way. What's the real disappointment in the situation? And then you need to bring in the flow, the acceptance. Okay, let's move on to point number 2, which is that challenges are good for you. I say this a lot, but think about if your life was just easy peasy all the time. You would take it for granted. It's just not possible. Life has to have ups and downs, and we all go through it, whether it's you fully causing it by your own imposter syndrome, or by feeling frustrated, or by being unsure about things. Whatever it is, challenges force you to grow. Challenges force you to overcome. It forces you to become a better version of yourself. Think about whatever that goal is that you have, and wherever you are in relation to your goal, it's not just going to be a straight line from A to B. You're not just going to get there, and it's the journey of life that is what we are meant to experience. Life is meant to be lived. Life is not meant to be this A to B destination, Life isn't a destination. It's not once I have this, I'll be happy. It's, can I be happy now? Can I be at peace with where I am and through the challenges? And seeing yourself come out the other side of a really hard month or a really tough week or a really challenging year. Seeing yourself grow is so amazing. And recognize, even pause right now. Think of yourself a year ago, where you were. So much can change within a year. So much can change within 6 months. Maybe you were living a great life and you feel like you're not there right now. Maybe you've come a long way from something that was challenging. Regardless, see how far you've come and see where you've been. And once you have that idea of where you're going, it allows you to just work your way there without the resistance of the challenges, because the challenges are going to happen. Again, whether it's the teeny tiny things, the daily frustrations that just don't need to frustrate you, you can literally actively change your thoughts, rewire your brain to stop thinking in a way that is automatically negative. And that is going to build resilience for when the larger challenges come into play. The next thing I want to talk about in terms of the fact that life is hard and knowing this is what releases the challenge is how your mental state affects the body. Okay, there's been a lot more research being done about healing and how powerful your mind is in terms of healing and mind-body connection. And I've done some interesting episodes on this. I'll link one particularly up on the screen somewhere. That was an interview. Okay, one test that I was reading into was they were testing to see if expectations around the amount of time it takes to heal can actually affect time of recovery. And they found that it did. So people who thought that they could heal very quickly versus the people who thought it would take long to heal, they actually did recover quickly. Wounds healed faster. So their perception of how long healing would take did affect their speed of healing. And if you think about it, it's pretty insane. It seems insane, but it's not, because your mind is so connected. Mind, body, soul. We are all so connected. And again, when you think negative thoughts, bad things happen. Bad things pile up. Why do you think bad things always happen in threes? It's because after the first bad thing, you're in a negative headspace. And when you're in negative headspace, you're frustrated, you're angry, whatever it is, you're attracting more of that energy. And then the second bad thing happens, and now you're just like, oh my goodness, what the heck? How is this possible? Boom, there's number 3. So when we think about bad things comes in threes, it's not because you're just unlucky now. It's because of the mental state you get in when you experience something negative. So the people who are really caught in negative thought cycles are the ones who are going to complain every time they drive. They're going to complain about the Facebook Marketplace people being flaky. They're going to complain about this and that and the other thing. And suddenly, your whole life is just this negative cloud, okay? And so many people, I want you to really be honest with yourself. Do you do this? Do you complain about the little things? Because trust me, it adds up. I used to be this person. I used to be frustrated about everything, complain about everything. My whole life was pretty much this negative cloud. And again, I wasn't even aware of it. And I think this is the biggest thing, is so many people aren't aware of the thoughts that they're thinking habitually, because it's a habit. So if you have been feeling negative in your current situation and hearing me talk more about this, you're realizing, oof, I think I do have these negative thought patterns. I don't have a lot of balance. I'm not feeling excited and satisfied in my life. Okay? If you are ready to break free from this feeling of being stuck, I want you to join me for a passion assessment. This is a one-to-one coaching session designed to help you shift from feeling overwhelmed, unsure, stuck, to feeling clear and motivated. So together, we will uncover what truly lights you up, identify what's holding you back. A lot of it is mindset, what's draining your energy, and we will actually craft a clear plan to move forward with intention together. This is such a powerful coaching session, and It allows you to really get back on track. You are going to leave feeling super excited and motivated and clear about what it is you want more of in your life. So click the link below to learn more about the passion assessment. I can't wait to work with you. The last thing that we're going to dig into around this whole life is hard is thinking about stillness and what stillness and acceptance brings into your life. So think about the last time you were feeling overwhelmed, the last time that your mind was just spiraling with all the what ifs, all the questions, all the what the heck am I doings, okay? We all get these types of thoughts. Essentially, all of those thoughts are ego-based, and they are fear-based thoughts that aren't serving you because it's bringing more anxiety into your life. So the opposite of that is experiencing true stillness. And stillness is the absence of thinking. And to do this, you need to recognize that you are not the thinker. You are not your thoughts in your head. You are actually this entity that goes beyond thought. And experiencing stillness, at first it will be little blips, but eventually it can become longer and larger gaps of stillness and acceptance. You start to recognize that you are not your thoughts, and you separate yourself from your thoughts. Become again more aware of those thoughts and experience stillness. So stillness looks like being really truly present where you are, because again, we only ever have the present moment. And when you are still and in acceptance, you are in a place where you are ready to open up to solutions to find you. When you're constantly in resistance, you're frustrated, you're complaining about things, you're unhappy. Life is so hard, woe is me. When that is the energy you are encompassing, that is what your reality will become. And when you're in that mode, it's really hard to find a solution and to move forward. So accepting in stillness and taking moments to pause and just be where your feet are will actually open up space for solutions to find you. And a lot of the time, the biggest solution or the main solution is just the fact that you accept that it is what it is, right? Without even needing to search for a solution. The solution will find you. The solution is, hey, this is the situation. It doesn't have to be so hard. I'm making it hard by thinking about it negatively. It doesn't have to be so hard. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Just a reminder to subscribe to the channel if you are new. I am so happy that you stopped by, and I would love to have you come back and join us. So you can learn more about my work at mindsetmatterswithvic.com. Click the link below to download the free guide to help you start to get unstuck, discover what you're truly passionate about, what are you missing in your life, and one step further, we can do the passion assessment and get you feeling back on track and unstuck. So I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will chat with you very soon. Bye.